We've had our issues with Jasmine in the past, but defects calling right now, that's like a real red flag. Like, this is an issue. This was yesterday. A could have threw you under the bus. The problem with her is she was out here on the prowl trying to get a to take care of her. That's
it's but it's also you did too, though. No, I'm just saying, so that's why.
It is but when you're taking care of your child, you should not be back in court.
Well, that's the problem about being a side hoe.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But she's not even a side hoe, Kirk, not with her. It was, you know, a situation that was unfortunate, but it's just gonna haunt you for the rest of your life.
You know, I've been dealing with this for years. Jasmine, she needs to start understanding that you can't expect certain things, baby, because that's not what that's about. What it's about is Kirk financially taking care of Cannon. A lot of things that she talks about and wants are things that she wants for herself. And that's when you're losing sight of what the is really going on.
Do you think that if there's any capacity that you could possibly be able to have a conversation with her without him, because he's the culprit, where you can calm things down at this point?
I don't think me saying something is going to change her mindset.
She's probably feeling like, okay, we both made a mistake, but now I'm the only one that's living with, she's home with the kid alone.
Sit back on her sitting at home taking care of that child? No, because if she was, defects wouldn't be calling. Your baby daddy's ain't. So I get where y'all coming from, feeling like, ooh, I know what it feel like on her end, but you probably know what it feel like because you ain't getting child support. She get it, and she gets more, and she gets help whenever she calls Kirk. So it's a big difference.
Does she want Kirk to take full custody? Because that could also solve it.
I don't believe in somebody taking a child from their mother unless it's unfit. Then the situation should change.
But isn't she unfit if defects come?
The drama surrounding Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is no stranger to scandal, but few moments have been as shocking and heart-wrenching as the viral release of Kirk Frost's private video. The intricate web of betrayal, secrecy, and emotional turmoil was expertly woven into one of the most unforgettable storylines of the series. At the center of this storm was Jasmine, a name that had previously flown under the radar, but in the blink of an eye became the catalyst for a scandal that shook the very foundation of Kirk and Rashida's marriage. What followed was a whirlwind of heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional devastation that not only changed the dynamics of their relationship, but also captured the attention of millions. Kirk Frost, the man who had once been the smooth-talking, sometimes hapless husband of Rashida, had already seen his fair share of scandalous moments. From his public infidelity to the revelation of a child he fathered outside of his marriage, Kirk's personal life had been on display for the world to see. Yet nothing could have prepared him, or Rashida, for the shock that was about to unfold. The viral video of Kirk, featuring intimate moments that should have remained private, found its way to the public eye, courtesy of Jasmine. In a single moment, everything that had been carefully hidden was exposed to the world, and with it, the public scrutiny turned to a whole new level. For Kirk, this moment wasn't just about a video, it was about everything he had worked to rebuild with Rashida. The viral video wasn't just a betrayal of their privacy, it was a reminder of the mistakes he had made in the past, mistakes that had already caused irreparable damage to their relationship. But this new level of humiliation was different. This was the kind of scandal that was impossible to ignore. It wasn't just a rumor, a piece of gossip, or a fleeting scandal. It was a private video, a deeply personal moment that was now on full display for the public to dissect, analyze, and criticize. And the man who had already experienced public backlash for his past mistakes now had to face the music once again, this time with far greater consequences. Jasmine, the woman responsible for releasing the video, had her own motives, ones that would come to light as the scandal unfolded. To many, Jasmine was just another woman in the complicated web of relationships surrounding love and hip-hop. But after the video leak, she became a central figure in the drama. Fans were quick to question her intentions. Was this an act of revenge, or was there something deeper at play? Had Jasmine been scorned by Kirk, or was she simply trying to take her shot at stardom? Some saw her as a victim, another woman wronged by a man who had promised her more than he could deliver. Others saw her as a schemer, a woman who had played her cards to ensure that she could secure her own place in the spotlight. As the viral video spread across social media, Rashida's world came crashing down. A woman who had weathered the storms of infidelity, public ridicule, and painful revelations over the years. Rashida now found herself facing a betrayal that was impossible to ignore. The video, once private and intimate, was now a public symbol of everything that had gone wrong in their relationship. It wasn't just about Kirk's mistakes, it was about the violation of Rashida's trust, the ultimate invasion of her privacy. Rashida had spent years standing by Kirk, believing in their family, their love, and their future. Through all of the ups and downs, she had tried to keep things intact, holding onto the hope that they could work through their struggles and rebuild their lives. But the release of this video, an event that felt like the culmination of all their past issues, was something Rashida couldn't ignore. The pain of seeing her husband's most intimate moments broadcast for the world to see was devastating. The woman who had once been portrayed as the strong, unshakable pillar of the family was now broken, torn apart by the latest betrayal. For the first time in years, Rashida allowed herself to truly break down. She had been strong for so long, dealing with everything from Kirk's infidelity to his public mistakes. But the release of the viral video was something different. It wasn't just about a scandal or a mistake, it was a violation of everything she had built with him. The pain she felt was raw, unfiltered, and overwhelming. Her breakdown wasn't just a moment of emotional release, it was a cry for the years of hurt and disappointment that had been accumulating beneath the surface. She had been through so much already, but this felt like the breaking point. The world watched as Rashida processed the deepest betrayal of her life, caught in a whirlwind of emotions that threatened to undo everything she had worked for. As the cameras captured Rashida's breakdown, it became clear that the impact of the video was far more than just an emotional reaction. It was a turning point in her life. The public humiliation she experienced was something that would be hard to recover from, and the world was watching, waiting to see how she would respond. The pressure was mounting, and Rashida had to decide whether she could forgive Kirk once again or whether this was the final chapter in their tumultuous relationship. Meanwhile, Kirk's life continued to unravel. The man who had once been the unrepentant villain, the source of endless drama on the show, now found himself at the mercy of public opinion. The viral video, meant to expose his worst secrets, had only added fuel to the fire. Despite his attempts to apologize and make amends, his public image was in shambles. His marriage, his career, and his future were all on the line. He had become a symbol of a man who had failed, repeatedly, and now, the consequences of his actions were undeniable. Kirk's response to the video release was a public apology, a desperate attempt to save his marriage and his family. But it was too little, too late for many fans, and even for Rashida, who had grown weary of his repeated transgressions. The video was a painful reminder of everything that had gone wrong in their marriage, and despite Kirk's attempts to make things right, the damage was already done. For Rashida, it was no longer just about forgiveness. It was about whether she could continue living with the constant betrayal and emotional scars Kirk had caused. As the dust settled, it became clear that the fallout from the viral video wasn't just about the scandal itself. It was about the years of pent-up pain, disappointment, and heartache that had plagued their relationship. Rashida was forced to confront the truth that she could no longer live in the shadow of Kirk's mistakes. Their marriage, once full of promise, now hung by a thread, with every moment of their shared history scrutinized under the harsh spotlight of public opinion. For the viewers, the drama was far from over. The question on everyone's mind was whether Kirk and Rashida's marriage could survive this latest scandal, or if the viral video had marked the end of their journey together. The story of Jasmine's viral video had set off a chain of events that would leave an indelible mark on the Love and Hip Hop franchise and on Kirk and Rashida's relationship. As the camera kept rolling, fans couldn't look away, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in a saga that was anything but predictable. The viral video had become more than just a scandal. It was a defining moment in their relationship, a tipping point that would determine whether they could rebuild or whether the weight of their past mistakes was too much to bear. Through the heartbreak, betrayal, and public exposure, one thing was clear: Love and Hip Hop Atlanta would never be the same.